Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey, y'all. What's going on, girl? What's going on? Can you guys see me and hear me? Hi, everybody. We're back for a weekend on OWN, girl. We're gonna have to get into these shows. And y'all know Lyric and I's flight is very early in the morning, girl. Don't nobody try to ride me, okay? Our neighbors know. Our neighbors know to be on the lookout. Okay, we cool with all of the neighbors on the sides of us and across the street and over here on the corner, so everybody knows. Okay, don't be trying to play with us. Okay, so let's see. YouTube people, raise your hand. YouTube people, can I get a YouTube people? Okay, because I see Patreon and website are in the building, but I wanted to see and make sure that YouTube people are in the room as well before I get into it, girl. Because, we finna talk. We finna talk, girl. Because I got some shit to say. Okay, listen. If y'all can only see this room, that is what the luggage is all on the floor. I have I've been pulling all of my little workout clothes out. You know what I'm saying? For the amount of time we gonna be gone. I got all of the bathing suits. Now I have to mix in the new clothes. Then I have to go in and pull in all of the dresses. I feel like I'm gonna bring 3 pairs of shoes tops because I be fronting like I'm about to put on heels when I'm on vacation when I know I'm not. I don't know why I play these games, adding to the weight in the suitcase. But yeah, y'all, we got a lot to accomplish before our early morning flight. So I know I have at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm really trying to cap this at an hour and a half with y'all so that I could get to the to the making sure that I pack everything of it all. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming through. Thank you so much, everybody who have, been members and supporting the channel. Okay? I appreciate y'all so very, very much. All right? So let's go ahead and get into it, girls. So Put a Ring on It didn't have a lot going on. Okay? It was the final episode, and I wasn't even really paying attention. These are my notes. Catherine said Ricky wants to get married, even though Ricky feels marriage is hard. Like, oh no, I'm sorry. Catherine says she wants Ricky, and even though Ricky feels marriage is hard, he thinks he wants to marry Catherine. He thinks he wants to marry Catherine. Catherine says if Ricky never changes, she is happy with him. She's lying to us and herself when she says that. So she is ready for marriage. Girl, you are not ready for marriage. You are not ready for marriage. We all know you're not ready for marriage. The dude you want to marry knows you're not ready for marriage. Dr. Peach knows you're not ready for marriage. The other women on the show know you're not ready for marriage. And your man knew you wasn't ready for marriage, which is why he did not propose. He didn't propose. And it was sad. Ricky talks about his feet constantly being cold, even though he does want to marry. I'm sorry, that was Zay. Zay talks about his feet constantly being cold, even though he really does want to marry Jasmine. And I'm just like, okay, sir. Okay. I hope you married the lady. I hope you married her. Because he proposed. I don't know if he married the lady, though. Y'all let me know. Jaisha talks to Joya's father about getting close to getting married. And Joya's parents have been together for 40 years. So they know what it is to, stick it out, make a marriage work. They also have buku kids. I think he said he had 8 kids or something like that and 45 grandchildren. And I was like, 45 grandchildren? Is that what he said? And only one from Joya? I was just like, oh gosh. Okay, it's a lot of fucking going on in that family. Jeez. Okay, listen, I love to hear it. Her dad asked about having a kid because he knows that Joya's clock is ticking. This is a man that understands. Okay, this is a man that knows where we at with it, what the facts of life are, and he's not about the pussyfoot. And I appreciated Joya's father's. Aisha wants to get engaged again. Okay, got it. Zay proposes to Jasmine. Finally. Okay, it was cute. It happened. She cried. Ricky didn't propose to Catherine, and she acted as if, that's fine with her. Is it? Thank you, Daphne. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Also, thank you to everybody that sent to my P.O. box. I got everything. Dr. Elizabeth, thank you so much for all the Bobby Brown stuff. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Somebody else sent me some really cute vibes. Vibes sent me some waist beads. I'll post everything later on. But thank you to everybody that sent things to me. Thank you to the lady that sent their eyes were watching God in DVD form, so I can make sure I do that one for Now That We're Grown. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think that's it for now. But yes, y'all, Jaisha proposes to Joya in the park with the music playing. His proposal was so cute. I was so happy for them. I don't even really understand what was the point of them coming on this show. Like it just really didn't set in or make sense for me. I feel like them people know they wanted to get married. Like, stop playing with us. So that's really all that happened there. I do like this new doctor. I think they need to keep Dr. Peach, but I do feel like we need to get more interesting couples, like with actual issues, okay? You can't have people on here pretending they got issues when they don't. Now, hold up, y'all. I got a whole bunch of notes for Belle Collective. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Latrice and Goddess Lynx are doing great. Okay, Cliff has his Caucasian-looking grandkids down to the house. Latrice has her assistant Josh residing with her because of the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi going on right now. Okay, prayers for those people. Josh is asking the why the woman has to cook for the man, because Josh is all in these people's marriage and all in these people's house and all in these people's business. And I personally feel like even though he's overstepping his boundaries, him being there, I feel like is shedding light on how severe the abuse in Latrice's marriage is. I feel like we didn't realize it as much until now, but it feels like Latrice's mind is gone. Okay, it feels like it's gone. It's left. Okay, and I follow Latrice, so I know recently she posted something with she and Daddy. Okay, so I feel like if you want for a man to treat you with respect and stop treating you as his child, first of all, you should stop calling him daddy. That should be the first thing. That should be the very first thing. And I want to say, like, I don't care what nobody telling y'all, unless we are in the middle of sex, women who actually have fathers in their lives are not going to be calling any man that they're having sex with daddy. That shit is gross. Okay? I don't want to think about my fucking daddy while we having sex. Y'all are weird. Okay? Y'all are weird. Like, ew. Okay? I'm sorry. And I'm all here for the fact that my parents had the bone for me to get here, girl. It is not lost upon me. But when I tell you I don't want to think about certain things when I'm trying to get in the blend, that's one of them. Okay? So I just think it's weird, all of you grown ass women that proceeds to call y'all husbands and y'all men daddy in public and out around people as if that's how you should be talking to them. Girl, that's so twisted, and you think that it's cute and you think that it's okay, but it's not. It's really not. It's problematic. Okay? Josh, yes, Josh, you need to find somewhere else to live, sir. Because in nobody's household or marriage should it be okay for somebody who is staying there rent free, probably because you work for her. So you're staying there rent free. You're also an assistant. You're completely overstepping your bounds by having those types of conversations with Cliff. I'm not saying that you should have to be quiet and all of that, but when you said in the confessional that you like to annoy Cliff because it turns you on, yeah, you're getting a little bit too much pleasure from breaking these two people's situation up. And again, I don't think that it's in a good space. I don't think you're doing any damage that isn't already being done. You're just letting everybody else know that it's really happening, that it's really dark over here, okay? That it's really not what you think it is. If you think that she's not being abused, you're wrong. I feel like that's what Josh is here to tell everybody. And to be honest, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. I in real life, no, Josh, you wrong, and you can't be in these people's house talking to them no any kind of way, especially when you need them for clean water source. Okay, that's just not cute at all. I don't like that. But Cliff's answer to why the woman has to cook for the man, um, she says that's how old men are. They will climb in the bed to read you a Bible scripture about how your body belongs to them. Girl, you better get out. Get out. You is in danger, bitch. And it doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna tell you why. It really doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense because Latrice makes her own money. Y'all, please excuse the vacuum cleaner in the background. I don't even know why it's there. I have no idea. Girl, let me see. Can I zoom in on why? Oh, Lord. It's just so unfortunate. Anyway, I'm sorry because I don't. My lower back is not gonna allow for me to get up and move it. But yes, y'all, I have to sit back, girl. My lower back, it's hurting me right now. Okay. When she said that, I was like, girl, he actually did that, didn't he? He actually climbed in the fucking bed with you and read you a Bible verse about how your body belonged to him. Is that right? And see, y'all gotta understand where I come from when I tell y'all, get out of my face with this shit. When I tell y'all that I need for y'all to believe in God, but strip away all of these things, I mean that shit. Believe in a God, child. Yes, please, please believe in a higher power other than yourself right now in this moment. I would appreciate that for everybody's betterment, okay? But at the end of the day, the belief system is broken because it can be used in such a manner. This is abusive. And he has a whole religion and a book to back him up on why this abuse should be acceptable. Even though in mainstream society, we know good and goddamn well that this is not acceptable at all. So, Josh says that Cliff needs subtitles. So true. So very, very true. Hold up. Let me. Okay, I can turn myself up a little bit more. Y'all, let me know if the volume is okay. Okay. Um, Josh says that Cliff needs subtitles. Cliff is tired of her worker. Latrice says that Josh is doing too much, but passive aggressively you want him to. Latrice says she and Daddy are sleeping in two separate rooms and she needs peace of mind. Let me tell you something. I've been married for 6 years and I've been with my husband for 13 years. And we have gotten into arguments. There have been times where I have been in that bed and been like, nigga, you better not let your leg touch me. Even in this queen size bed, I better not feel your body against mine. Because I'm upset. I'm going to go to sleep with you. But I don't want to feel you next to me right now. I don't want you using my body for heat. Don't be trying to touch me. Lyric knows I will move my feet over and over again. Nigga, don't touch me. I'm angry. Okay? And sometimes I just be hot. But either way, like, in that entire time, I have never felt the need to not sleep in the same bed with him. We have other beds in this house. We have other rooms in this house. I could easily come and sleep in here and be comfortable. But I have never felt that strongly to do that. And that makes me feel like you don't feel safe at night. When you said you need peace of mind, I need to understand why a separate bedroom is what you need for peace of mind. I don't think that's just arguing. I think that's somebody that you wake up in the middle of the night and they is in your mouth. I think that's somebody that you wake up in the middle of the night and somebody is pushing their stuff inside of you and it's not what you want and you feel like you can't say no. So now I don't want to sleep in a bedroom with you. I'm mad at you. I'm going to sleep over here where I can lock the door. That's what it seemed like. I'm not sure, but I don't believe that you want to sleep in a separate bed for peace of mind because y'all are getting into verbal arguments. Like, I just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? It seems like somebody that would do shit like that to you when you sleeping. First of all, to catch you off guard. Second of all, to put you in a position to prove submission. Like if you come at somebody when they sleeping, when you come at somebody when they off kilter, when they not really expecting that type of thing, then you can force them into doing what it is you want them to do because you're putting that pressure on them when they're half asleep. So it makes me feel like she wanted to be in a separate bed so that she can sleep the whole night through without any issues. I'ma just keep it a buck. I hope I'm wrong. Like I really do. I really hope I'm wrong and I'm not right about that. But I don't understand those specific words that she said. I'm sleeping in a separate bedroom for peace of mind. Josh says it's like Cliff has a leash around her neck. Yeah, mentally he does. Josh says, I'm sorry, she won't go places without Cliff. He's just protective. And y'all, that's another reason why I don't like that protective shit. That's why I don't like the protective shit. Because to me, it's often been bullshit. Somebody says they're being protective. No, they really want to control you. And what makes me so upset is that usually when somebody says they're being protective, that comes from people making excuses for the controlling person. Like in family dynamics, you know, like you talk to your mom or your sister or somebody, your girlfriend, about this man being controlling of you, and they say some shit like, oh girl, he's just being protective. Girl, you want a man that care about your safety. And that's not what that's about. That's not what that's about a lot of the time. So when she said that, I was just like, this is getting worse and worse and worse to me. Latrice, and I can't stand how much I can recognize it, but like women like shrinking themselves for abusive relationships is something that I know about. It's something I know about, y'all. You know, I hate to say it like this, you know, but I personally can remember the difference in my mother from her 30s to her 50s. In her, like, I was born when my mom was 31. So the first 10 years of my life, I can remember my mom chasing me around the house. You know what I'm saying? Like being goofy, fighting back a little bit more often. And then as she got older, there was a time when she was having panic attacks. And then after the panic attack stopped, I did notice a overall, like, I'm here, but not as vibrant as I was before. To the point that, to be honest, I remember the first feeling I felt when I understood that my father was going to die because he was in a coma at that time. I was like, something said he's not gonna wake up. Like I had the feeling, I had the thought, and usually when I have the thought, I'm right. So I had the feeling he's not gonna wake up. And then after the initial hurt of that, the next feeling was, but we'll be free. We'll be free. I knew what that meant. And I tell you all the time, I love my dad, bro. And I miss him all the time. And I really do wish he was still alive to this day. Because I would call him and just aggravate the shit out of him. For no other reason other than the fact that you're smart, I'm smart. Let me prove you wrong about something because you did it a lot to me when I was a kid. So now that we're adults, let's talk. And my daddy was the type of nigga that as he got older, he would have had those conversations with me. Because he's a real ass nigga and he liked to talk. And he also liked the fact that he would have liked having a relationship with me in that way that I would call him and talk to him. He would have appreciated that because it was something that we did subtly when I went to college. Like he made sure to call me at least once a week. How you doing? What's going on with you? High school? That type of thing. To keep our relationship going, even though I was no longer under his roof, and that was very hard for him. So I understand what it's like to be controlled by somebody mentally and emotionally, to have somebody be physical and unpredictable with you, to also in Latrice's situation, I know what it's like to watch somebody lose their fight. I know what it's like to see it. Like, I really feel like that was one of the first things that I understood as I was getting older, is that I was watching my mom change in some ways. Like, I watched it happen. I felt it. I was there for it. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm older, y'all, and I see certain things, I can really point them out because it matches up for me in feeling. And the way I saw the trailer of Latrice as the season goes on, I feel like she's chipping away. Like, pieces are falling off. I don't know when she's going to gather herself and recollect her pieces to piece herself back together. But right now, all of the pieces are flying off until eventually the version of her that we all saw at the beginning won't be there anymore. Like, it's so sad to me because it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. She can take care of herself. I really hope the plan is to use this show to get away from Cliff, because the continued promotion of their relationship on social media makes me feel like it's not over. And she's just getting deeper down the rabbit hole of allowing this to become her normal. Um, exactly. Faking the funk for the gram. Exactly. I hope she's using the show for that. Um, I hope Latrice can watch the show and see what is really going on for her sake. Sometimes when you're in the midst of an abusive person, it's hard to really see how bad it is. I agree. You can tell she's nervous around him. Yes. I mean, we'll get to, the end of the episode soon, but y'all know that whole thing is wrong. That whole thing is wrong, y'all. And I keep telling y'all, people have got to start recognizing the way women are expected to behave like children instead of like adults. You call it masculine, but it's not masculine. It's adult. It's grown. It's of grown age. That's what it is. And you want women to act like children. Like, actively choose to act less smart than they are, less strong than they are, less sexy than they are. Whatever it is that they are, they're supposed to be less of it for your benefit. That's it. That's extremely oppressive. And people act like that's not what's happening to us. But, like, just for an example, Janelle Monáe posts the cover, the magazine cover, and everybody wants to talk about how black women are over sexualized. And I hate when they say that shit. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with sex. But I also feel like we need to learn that there's a difference between somebody liking their body enough to show it off and somebody being open to be touched by everybody. That's not the same thing. Just because you can see what Janelle Monáe's body looks like does not mean you have access to her body. So the idea that because somebody shows up a certain way means that you could disrespect them is so fucking toxic and ridiculous to me. But this is what y'all do to women. That lady wore them suits the whole time so y'all can really pay attention to her music. And y'all acted as if her brilliance was something to be tossed aside. She makes new music about the space that she's in right now, going through sexual liberation. And I'm so sorry for people that don't understand what sexual liberation is about. Why it's always gotta be liberation through sex? Because that's the way it works, bitch. Like, I hate you bitches, especially you women. I'm sorry, but I hate you bitches. Just because you're not comfortable in your body, just because you don't like your sex life, just because you don't like pleasure, because you don't understand it, because you've never experienced it, does not mean that every woman that decides to show her body because she likes the way it looks and is proud of it is giving access of herself to everyone who asks for it. Y'all really have the world fucked up. It's weird. And it's so many women that say this shit. And I just be like online, like, you're really, really bothered by other people's, choices. Y'all, that shit with Janelle Monáe pissed me off. Like now, all of a sudden, this woman is of less value. She's not as brilliant as she was in Suits because you've now seen that she has titties under her suit. It's insane. It's oppressive. And it's the way they do women. It's the way they do women. And when women do women in the oppressive way that men do women, I get aggravated. So yeah, I can't stand you bitches. Okay? Stop hating so much. Cause, happy hoes ain't hating and hating hoes ain't happy. Okay? But Latrice is not happy either. And Josh says it shows. Letitia, y'all, and you know what, Hannah? I'm so glad you said that because I was literally thinking about Kimmy when I thought about watching a woman, tone everything about herself down, dumb herself down, be quiet, go along with bullshit. I think Maurice is mentally and emotionally abusive. I think the mind games, the being incoherent on purpose, you know what I'm saying? The misunderstanding her on purpose, all of the mental gymnastics that she has to do with this man because he's always moving the goalposts, always playing semantics, never staying on the point, just always moving shit around to suit his ego, like somebody that doesn't want to lose a chess game. Like, it's abusive. Anything that I think puts a knot in a woman's throat chakra, something that makes her voice lighter and less strong and less grounded within herself. Kimmy, all of them talking higher and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, all of that stupid shit. Diminishing yourself for what? For a nigga you smarter than? I want y'all to stop doing that. I really do. Let these niggas be dumb if they dumb. Like, I'm sorry. Be smarter than these niggas. If you want to be smarter than your woman, be smarter than your woman. But don't ask her to be stupid so you can feel smarter. That's dumb. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry, y'all, but that phone call with Kaya will irk the fuck out of me. Yes, because it gave you an example of what a small conversation in their household can be like. And it was exhausting as fuck. I don't think she should have ever married him either. And I almost feel like the only reason she married him is because they were on the show. Like, I hate to say it because I do feel like she also wanted marriage very badly at this stage in her life, wanted to experience it and feels like she can't let it go because of, the show and marriage being an institution and her feeling very strongly about respecting it and sticking it out, and the show in essence giving them the brand that makes the marriage worth it, when essentially if they weren't on the show, I believe that Kimmy either would have not married him or she would have divorced him not too long after marrying him. I think the show is and getting sick is helping her prolong a relationship that she eventually should free herself from. And whenever she decides to free herself of it, I feel like she'll be relieved and she'll remember what it was like to not have this person creating unnecessary stress in her life simply for shits and giggles. Simply to prove to himself that he's smarter than her. I really do feel like he doesn't feel as smart as Kimmy, so he plays mental gymnastics with her over every little thing because he wants to prove that he's dominant over her in some space. Because we know and can recognize in their situation that she basically has raised him up. She has helped him do everything that he's done, including going back to school, being on this show, being presented in a certain way, getting his son back. All of those things Kimmy has been a key component in. I absolutely feel like she's an example of the abuse. And we'll talk about them later. But anyway, y'all, Letitia and Glenn. Letitia feels stupid for giving Glenn a second chance. He was messaging people on social media again. We knew that at the reunion show. After the reunion show, she decided to get some D from him. And this is when I get aggravated with her because even though I do understand being a slave to good dick, I get it. Ultimately, your brain has to be stronger than your pussy. And I need you to find new dick. I need you to find new dick because you can't go back and fuck a nigga that stalks you. because he's now going to act like he has no self-control, and you having sex with him is what's making his ass act crazy. When he's been acting crazy this entire time. It's the entitlement for me. Okay? They meet up at the bounce place so the baby can jump around. And I can't stand all his performative daddy love you bullshit. It's very performative to me. He tells her he wishes that she loved him like she loves their son. I hate you niggas. I'm sorry, y'all. But ain't nothing worse than a nigga that's jealous of his own kid. Ain't nothing worse than a man that is jealous of his own kid, that really feels a way about not receiving the same unconditional love from the mother of his child. Like, you're not gonna, you had a mama, nigga. You had a mama. You do not get to make Letitia your mama too. Like that, I hate y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be using the hate word a lot in this video, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't like that. I don't like that. That seems controlling to me. That seems like you want somebody to fill holes that you need to go get fixed with some self-reflection, with some therapy, maybe with a psychoanalysis. I don't fucking know. But either way, you need to go talk to somebody else about how to reparent yourself. But the expectation of Letitia to love you the way she loves the child that she pushed out of her body is the most ridiculous shit I have ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't you ever in your fucking life compare those things. I don't even like that. That's weird as fuck. Be a man. Be grown. You want to feel loved by a woman like that? Go talk to your mammy, nigga. Oh, Lord, just, ugh. So she keeps going back and forth with him. She regrets having sex with him after the reunion. He says she made him wear a condom like he's a trick and she's a prostitute. I said, I'm sorry. Her making you wear a condom so that you don't give her a STD makes her a hoe? Get this nigga away from me. Get this nigga away from me, y'all. He says he's not community dick, and she really think he a thought. Yes, Glenn, we do. We do think you're a thought. We do. We so sorry we think you a thought, but we do. The collective feels like you probably cheating on that lady. And just because she hasn't found you with your penis inside of somebody else does not mean that all of them DMs and shit is not reflective of the fact that you probably are out here like that. Your vibe gives out here like that. And outside of that, you're controlling, you're disrespectful, and you stalk her. To me, those are 3 good reasons to leave your ass exactly where the fuck she left you. Those are 3 good reasons. He don't even have to be a cheater. All of this other shit, the way he's handling this breakup, is enough to make me feel like you need to leave him alone and you don't need to ever get back with him. Because I feel like that nigga is going to be, an issue for your safety. Something's wrong with these. And then y'all sit up here and want to argue about men being aggressive. That's why y'all that's why, not y'all. But that's why people work on my nerves, y'all. Because we can sit up here and talk all day about niggas being manipulative and aggressive. Every nigga on a reality show, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, has all of these aggressive ass ignorant traits. But whenever somebody is accused of being this way, everybody wants to argue as if this is not what the mass majority be on in one way or another. Yes, there are always levels to this shit, but I believe instinctually, just as men believe women are made to be sexually manipulative, I think y'all are made to be emotionally manipulative and to use y'all's strength and y'all's physicality against women. I do. Just like I think y'all use good dick against women. Like anything y'all have to y'all advantage, y'all will use to get what y'all want out of women. But whenever women employ those same tactics, all of a sudden, she's less than human. It's weird. It's very weird. So, because that's what y'all do when y'all call women prostitutes and whores and shit. That's to make that woman less than human, right? So when something like a rape or an assault happens to her, it's okay because she's a prostitute. She's a whore. That's why no woman should be okay with the abuse of any woman. Because essentially, you don't have to really be any of those things for somebody to call you that to make it okay to abuse you. And that's the thing. That's the thing right there. You don't even have to really be a hoe. But the fact that they can make it seem as if there's some woman out there that is so, indiscriminate with her body that she deserves to be treated any old kind of fucking way, because y'all give them that excuse, they will treat anybody like that as long as they can yell out there to the world that she was a hoe. Why y'all think Martell continues to try to make Mel look like she was cheating on him and she was sucking dick and all of this stuff, to keep bringing that up? That was also to over sexualize her, to make her out to be some sexual deviant. Niggas is crazy. Niggas is crazy. As if a grown woman doing any of those things should be considered problematic. It's crazy. Ain't it funny the way whenever women want to prostitute themselves for their own, like if they want to be on the street prostituting, if they want to have OnlyFans, y'all want to make it seem like those women are so problematic. But as soon as it's time for somebody to, get a wife, then the whole bartering is okay, right? The whole, sex for comfort, sex for provisions, then it's okay, right? That don't be making sense, y'all. I'm just saying, a lot of this stuff don't be making sense that people do in these oppressive things that they put on women. I really didn't like the fact that he said that shit to her about her being a prostitute because she asked him to wear a condom. Throw the whole nigga away. It doesn't even matter if you're a community dick at this point. The fact that that's how your mind works. No woman should really even want to ever be with you. You are not safe. And that's just how I feel. Okay? She says that she needs her space and she's thinking about moving out. He says, why would she move his son out of the house if she says he needs structure? She can provide structure, Glenn. Don't you have a offshore job? So what do you mean? Being in the house with you does not provide structure either way. Like, I don't know why you think that. Structure is a routine, a daily routine. And maybe mom needs to be mentally stable and emotionally balanced in order to provide that structure for her son. And when she's at the house with you, she's always fighting, arguing, and getting her pressure raised. Like, God forbid somebody try to protect their own peace over your fucking feelings. She doesn't want to feel indebted to him any longer because he's probably one of those men that tries to financially abuse her as well. And he says that they are indebted to each other. And I said, no, you're not. I don't know where y'all get that from. I don't know where y'all get that from. She's not indebted to you and you're not indebted to her. Where did you get that shit from? Why do you think you're owed something? You are two adult people that decided to be in a relationship together. Whatever you decided to do when that relationship was taking place is what it is. When one or both of you decides they don't want to be in a relationship anymore, then the relationship should dissolve. Period. The fuck you talking about indebted? Like, that's a broke mindset, and what Cardi said, don't deserve it. All women should run from him. Child, it's so sad. It's so sad. So Gucci comes home from work and god darn it, JJ is naked in a god darn that kitchen, creating a god darn it romantic night for them. So Gucci goes to get all sexy and nice, and y'all, I'm sorry, you're never gonna convince me. Like, do y'all do that? Do y'all get dressed up to go sit at y'all dining room table? I'm sorry. Like, I mean, oh, thank you, Purely Terry, for the Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to understand, y'all. I'm trying to understand, like, why? Why we did all that just to go sit at our kitchen table, and then, you think it's all good, you think it's all cute, all these fake ass paper mache rose petals all over the place. This nigga putting y'all. I don't need to see JJ with no clothes on ever again. That was so uncalled for and unnecessary. And I guess she make she get the giggles from this man. I guess this man makes her laugh, and that's why she like being with him. But I just don't like the steps. Stare at him too long. I don't. It's somebody that just let's fast forward through this scene. But ultimately, God darn it, JJ wants to tell Sophia that his mother is coming to live with them. Even though he did not ask her first, he is telling her that his mother is coming to live with them. I have a problem with that. Now, I personally, me and my husband have had that conversation that if our parents need to come and stay with us, they always can. But we've already had that conversation. Sounds like So Gucci and him never had that conversation at all. And now he's telling her what's going to happen. Child, okay. She stormed away. But JJ seems to believe because he's the man of the house, he can make this type of decision without talking to her about it. Child, ain't nothing about JJ that makes me feel like he is more equipped to deal with anything than So Gucci. Like, so because you have a penis, you somehow are more what than Sophia in order for you to be able to make this decision without her input. Yeah, I don't see where you being a man has anything to do with you being inconsiderate and bringing someone in you guys' space who your wife may not necessarily feel comfortable around. That is not okay. That is not okay. Because really, I could have found her a cute little apartment nearby, and you can go check on her, and she can come over here during the day, watch the kid or something like that. Watch the little young baby or some little grandbaby or something like that. I don't know. But this, I don't know. This don't feel right. She was pissed off. Y'all, why Tamra and Damon still playing in our face? They still playing in our face, but they in the same house now. This man came inside and gave this lady a side hug, and it was stiff. And she got her clothes all over the place. And it just seemed like her clothes were strategically placed all over the living room. Like, Tamra seems OCD clean. So the idea that she would have clothes all over this man's living room was bullshit to me. You did that so it would make sense for why you want to get your own space. Now we're thinking man cave. She said man cave. So we're thinking, so you want him, to turn one of the bedrooms into a room for you, like a large closet or something like that. What are we talking about? Then she said she wants a small condo or an apartment. So you don't want to live with him, is what you're telling us. Or you already don't live with him, and you're just setting it up for why you're not going to be living with him later on. He says it's been 2 months since they slept together. And she said, well, I mean, you don't always have to have sex, all the time just because you live together. And I'm just like, Tamra, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but not having sex in 2 months is insane. Unless there's a medical reason for it, that is insane. 2 months, 8 weeks, no sex. Yeah, it's giving you don't like that man don't like you. Why are y'all playing in our faces right now? She says that he bribed her with that ring and he isn't holding up his part of the bargain, so now she wants to move out again. Girl, you can play these childish games all you want to, but to me it seemed like you don't want this bullshit that you're telling everybody you want. You want to be a single woman that has a man, and you can go and see about him when you feel like it. He can come and see about you when he feel like it. Y'all go back to y'all respective homes. Everybody's grown. They have their own career. If they have children, the children are grown. But ain't nobody about to be having no brand new babies. Tamra, stop lying to the people. This is not the life you want. Girl, did y'all hear Damon say that he wants her to wake up to make breakfast for him at 4:30 in the morning? He says, and that's the least she can do because all she do is sit in a chair all day. So not a man demeaning your very successful radio career because he views it as something where you're only sitting in a chair. So that means you don't get tired because you're not moving around physically. Is that what I'm to believe? Well, as somebody that had a physical job, that works out often, and also sits down for the majority of my work, I would like to say that there are times when I am vocally and mentally tapped the fuck out from sitting here talking for hours. So him saying that was just so disrespectful. And to me, a man that can't fix his own fucking food, he wants you to be uncomfortable so he can feel like somebody's waiting on him. Yeah, y'all can hang that up. Y'all can hang that up. Niggas playing these types of games so you can prove that you some type of perfect fucking maid for this nigga. No. No, 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 no. No. Do you know what makes a woman want to do those things for a man? When a man is considerate of her, when he appreciates her time, when he values her time, when he makes her feel special, when he makes her feel as if she is cared for. A woman that really likes a man, that is really into a man, will do all of those things very easily most of the time if it's something they are capable of. And a lot of women have already been socialized to be cooking and cleaning anyway for you niggas, okay? So most of the time, women will do that happily if they feel like they're being taken care of and that's something that they do. But for you to find Tambra, a woman who has been working on her career all this time, and want her to turn into a maid for you, is insane. If you don't have the money to get somebody to come and cook for you, or a maid, like if you don't have the money to pay for that, you need to do that for yourself. It's insane to expect her to do that for you simply because you're a man and she's a woman and she works late at night. Feed your fucking self. Are you expecting her to wipe your ass when you use the bathroom? Feed yourself. Just as you can accomplish the excreting of the food, you should be able to accomplish the eating of the food on your own. Like the fixing of the food on your own. Like niggas who want women to play this role just to prove they're worthy. I'm not doing this with y'all no more. I'm not playing these games with y'all. I'm just not. He asked, what about when we get married? You gonna run all the time? And she says, no, we'll just get a bigger house. I'm like, girl, y'all are not about to really be together. Stop it. Sophia talks to Aikisha. They're friends now. I'm actually here for this. Okay? I'm actually here for So Gucci and Aikisha being friends. I don't know why, but something about it like felt real. So Gucci Sophia is, oh, I'm sorry, no, Aikisha is working on purchasing more property for this Ferris Street situation. She now is working with a group of other investors, and they've been purchasing property all up and down Ferris Street, unlike some other people. Letitia. That's right. There was a slug at you, Letitia. That was about you, girl. Okay. They talk about Willie's in New York. They usually take care of the kids together, but with him not being there, she's doing it all on her own, so she's overwhelmed because they have two young kids. So he would take one, she would take the other. I'm like, oh my God, listen to her talking about having a damn husband that does his part when he's home. Like, oh my God, Akeisha, girl, I could just clap hand for you. You look like you need some help right now. But I understand that's a new baby you got. That baby she got right now. That baby less than 2 years old, right? That's a lot. And the other one looked like he wasn't no older than 5 or 6. So, Akeisha, her being in this scene right now, looking tired, girl, we appreciate you for being honest and real in this moment. Thank you, Akeisha. I appreciated it. They talk about Tambra. Akeisha says that she lied about Akeisha calling the girls ugly. No, I feel like we've already established that you shaded them girls. I don't know why we still having this conversation, Akeisha. Akeisha says Letitia was the one that brought somebody on the show to put Tambra's man on blast, but you big mad at Akeisha instead of being mad at Letitia. And I'm like, that's because she hasn't liked you from when y'all was in school together, but she pretended to. Like, Tambra's fake. Tambra's, first of all, Tambra can't even be honest about the type of life she wants to live. So you can't really trust her. I tell y'all this because I'm starting to notice it more and more as I get older. Women that aren't being honest with themselves about what they want in life at a certain age, you can't trust them. You just simply can't, because they're not coming from a space where they are solid. So because they're not coming from a space where they're solid, you can't trust their word. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to uh uh um Tambra, Tambra can't even be honest about the type of life she wants to lead. She can't be honest about if she wants kids, if she wants to be married, because she feels the pressure to show up a certain way. She can't be trusted. And so I personally feel like she's always had an issue with Aikisha, but she pretended that she didn't. I very much feel that Tambra was given Gretchen Wieners. You know what I'm saying? She's been giving Gretchen Wieners the whole time. And I think Aikisha in high school might have been, y'all know, y'all know the main character, okay? She was head of the Mean Girl squad, okay? So let's move on. Marie Monroe and her new nose is helping Letitia find a new place. She's just going with her and So Gucci to see this new place. So she meets, them two at this apartment. Latrice had Sophia looking for property for her and then popped up on social media with another agent and another property. Marie says, I told you, you can't trust Latrice. She goes however the wind blows. And I will say again that even though, Regina George, thank you. Even though I will say that I don't know if Marie can be trusted either, but I definitely agree with what she said about Latrice because Latrice is in a relationship that she's in, you're being controlled by another human being. You cannot be trusted. It is what it is. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, as I get older, girl, it's just what it is because this is the type of woman that would throw you under the bus to protect herself from the dynamic in her relationship. So no, you can't trust her. Marie asked if Letitia is still fucking Glenn, and she is. She wanted the D, she got the D, he strapped up, she was satisfied, end the story. Letitia says Sophia said she had a building for her, but the deal didn't go through, and she's back in the original, Latrice, and she's back in the original building. Sophia only showed her one building, and she may be too busy because she's working out. I'm like, what type of shade was that? She too busy because she working out? Like, girl, what? That was shady for no reason. Josh asked where he's going to be once Latrice gets into her new building because she's gonna have the salon on the second floor and she's gonna be selling Goddess Links on the first floor. And Josh wants to know where he's gonna be because he wants to be a makeup artist. And she was like, you need to decide what you're gonna do, whether you're gonna work for Goddess Links or you're gonna do makeup. He says that her attitude is messed up because when it comes to Goddess Links and handling business, if he needs her for something, she don't answer phone calls or text messages. And she says that's what she pays him for, to figure it out. And he doesn't respect her or her home or her husband. Josh says that Cliff is not as fine as he think he is. He's not really fine at all. And like Josh said, the light skin and the light eyes makes his sloppy, weird hair looking ass feel like he's doing something when he's really not. That's what the people in Mississippi and the South, the colorism, they make you feel like you pretty because you got light eyes and light skin. So no, he doesn't have to deal with the fact that his hair look a mess and that he's sloppy and that his clothes don't exactly always fit the best and all of this. Like Latrice does the best she can with him, but essentially, you can only do so much with these old niggas, okay? It is what it is. Talking about she like that belly, girl. Stop lying to that nigga. Anyway, Josh says you don't want me to be there because you don't want people to see what's really going on behind those big walls. He doesn't think that they should be married, and she's covering up a lot of shit, and she just laughs it off. And I was just like, her laughing it off was like extremely like sad to me. Latrice went to M Bar with her friend Mandy, and I think Josh was there as well. And Cliff storms in mad because Latrice didn't ask his permission to go. She's embarrassed. He tells her to get unmiked. They have to talk. He said she's not finna come out here without his permission. He's mad she didn't want him to be a part of the scene. And she was like, because it's me and my friends. It's not gonna look right if you're here. He don't care nothing about that. He thinks that they were gonna talk about him, and he keeps pulling her away from the cameras. And then when he was walking, at first his hands were in his pockets, and I think that was intentional so that he can control himself. And if my hands are in my pockets, I'm not gonna do anything on camera that'll show me putting my hands on this woman. But as soon as they got outside, he was grabbing her ass. Okay, Latrice called him the perfect man. Daddy is the perfect man in the confessional. But sometimes he treats me like I'm his daughter, and it's something we have to work through. Latrice, baby, it's not something you can work through. He is who he is. He does treat you like a child. He's not the perfect man. You treat him like he's your daddy and allow him to control you and dictate what you're going to do. In no way, shape, or form should a grown woman have to ask for permission to do anything. She can have a conversation with you. She can give you a heads up. She can take your opinion into consideration. But as a grown woman, she does not have to ask your permission to go anywhere. And the idea that she should or that should be expected of her is insane. It's insane. It's insane. He yells to the cameras to go back inside. So delusional. She says she felt mistreated. He calls her a snake and a bitch. He called her a snake. He said she's a snake-ass snake. He did say that. He also said, bitch, you need to make sure your friends check your motherfucking friends. He called her a bitch. I absolutely heard that. He didn't refer to, he wasn't talking about Josh. He was talking about her. He called her a bitch. And then he says, if she don't check the situation with Josh, Josh won't be filming with her anymore. He run the house, and if you want a man with a bone, like a steak bone in their back, you come to me. No, thank you. No, thank you. If you think yanking that girl around the fucking parking lot means you have a strong bone in your back, yeah, it's a stick up your ass is what it is. You're a controlling, insecure little man that is upset that this girl is a woman and she's hard for you to control because she's an adult and she can make her own decisions and essentially is in control of her own body and does as she sees fit. And you don't like that because you want to be able to control what she does as if she's a child. And to me, it's not even like as if she's a child. It's as if she's a slave. I want us to start calling a thing because to be honest, the more I watch this, the more I think about, damn, that's exactly like the type of fear that I had in relationships because of the way my dad was. And my dad was the type of person that would do those types of things. Maybe not in front of people, but all that grabbing you and hitting you upside the head and embarrassing you and talking down to you in front of people, all of that shit, yeah, my dad would do that shit. So I was very much afraid of choosing someone that would do that to me. So watching her be talked to and handled in that manner was very triggering for me. Very triggering for me. Because it reminds me that we really think it's okay to treat children that way. And I don't think it's even okay to treat your kids like that. I don't even think it's okay to treat your kids like that. I want her to stand up for herself as well, but I don't think she'll do it. These men on shows feel way more disturbing than any other black reality show I have seen. You know why? Where are the other reality shows? The closer you get to regular ass people, the more you understand how toxic most households really are. That's why I think it's so funny whenever people try to highlight celebrities for shit like they're the Hollywood. You know, they always want to talk about all of the molestation and sex shit that goes on in Hollywood. And I'm like, Why do y'all think that happens in Hollywood? Because it happens in households every day. Because it happens in real life every day. The misconception that looking a certain way means you are a certain way is something people really need to get away from. You really need to get away from the idea that because someone lives a certain type of lifestyle or looks a certain way, that means that you should not question who they are and how they are. Especially when they show you shit that, shows you that something's wrong. Carlos should be more focused on helping Latrice instead of being obsessed with Candy. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. That scene solidified me not liking Cliff. He definitely yanks her up and curses her out often. Her friend didn't even react as if she has you. Oh yeah, no. When the friend sat there on her phone and just shook her head. And it's because they've already had this conversation with Latrice. They've already had this conversation with Latrice, y'all. But that's what, y'all, I want y'all to understand. Like, that's the reason why I go so hard about these things. Because I know how many, like, people really are like this around me. Like, growing up in Louisiana, in New Orleans, it's not just black people. White men are very abusive as well. It's not just black men. It's men, period. There is an overall aggression. There is an overall, and I feel like the men that aren't like that, great. But to act like y'all also don't, the good men don't also get punked by the bad men in the process of this whole thing, like, it's insane, y'all. It's insane. We are experiencing the era of black women's exploration. Yes. Wow, these shows are triggering as fuck. I don't even watch these shows live, just listening to reviews, and woof. It is. It's very much a lot. My sperm donor yoked me up only one time because I told him he is not going to continue to disrespect my mama. I put the fear of God in that man. He never did it again. I know that's right. Yep, I believe the friend saw and told her to leave him. Yeah, they all have probably told Latrice to get away from Cliff, and she won't do it. So at this point, she's a lost cause. Alice in Wonderland. She's Alice in Wonderland, bitch. Watch her go down. Like, I don't, that's all we can really do. We can only hope and pray that eventually she'll wake up. But it just don't look good. It doesn't look good at all. I feel bad for her because I feel like this has been indoctrinated. And, just like as the person that said they daddy tried that shit, they sperm donor tried that shit with them one time and didn't do it again. Like, I wish I could have ever felt like I could have made my dad feel like that. There was never a moment where I felt like I could in any way overpower that man. And when he was sick and I could, all I wanted to do was be soft with him. All I wanted to do was handle him with kid gloves to give him more grace and consideration than he'd ever given me. I do think that he was appreciative of it. I'll say that. I really do feel like I impressed my father by being mature enough to emotionally try to calm him in moments where it used to give me anxiety because he's about to get angry. He's about to get upset. And then I would get frustrated and anxious. When he got sick, I wanted to calm him down so he wouldn't be angry. I wanted him not to be angry. I always wanted him to not be angry. But specifically during that time, I changed the way I talked to him in order to accomplish that. Now, at the end of the day, my father took care of me my whole life. My indoctrination was already in place. You know what I'm saying? So that was my point with that. Like, those of us that have experienced that shit since childbirth, since being a baby and growing up, having somebody love you and also abuse you, it's very hard to reconcile with. It's very hard to be able to see somebody specifically. You know what I'm saying? To see it for what it is. Because you don't just have the picture of the bad stuff, you have the picture of the good stuff too. And you allow the good stuff to make you not have boundaries in place for the mistreatment. And it's sad. It's really sad. similar to your point from earlier when she compliments him, she literally looks glazed over and it reads rehearsed. Oh yeah, something she has to say. I want Latrice to get her with a nice young tall man with good muscle tone to his back. Because old wormy country Terrence Howard and men like him see women as property. Exactly. Which is, even if she was to divorce him and get half his fucking money, it would be her just due for being abused in that relationship for so long. But people won't see it like that. They'll act like divorce is so beneficial to women, when in real life, most of the women that I know that go through divorces do not find it beneficial, because most of them aren't leaving men that have a lot of money. And then the men who do have a lot of money, they don't even want to fight them niggas for the money, because all of a sudden these niggas they've been with all of this time helped them do everything they did. All of a sudden these niggas turn around and it's only theirs. It's not yours. It's not y'all's together. It's only theirs. And now you're trying to take theirs instead of them splitting what you guys both gained during the marriage legally down the middle and being fair like they should be in these situations. Because your fucking feelings hurt, you don't want to be fair. And that happens a lot. So the idea that divorce is supposed to be so beneficial, child, for who? For which demographic? Because I don't see it. I know a lot of black women that stay married simply because they don't want to have to go through the financial stresses of getting the divorce. So they'll stay married legally even if they don't live with a nigga. I know a lot of people that stay married even though they weren't in a relationship anymore, simply because they didn't want to pay for it. The big question is, what do Cliff bring to the table? I think Cliff has invested in her business. You are definitely a bigger person than I could ever be, Bondy. I could never. And that was when I was on 17. I'll be 47 this year. Yeah. Blame my mama. Endless well. He has helped fund Latrice's business. He owns a business, and the streets say his family had money as well. Oh yeah, Cliff definitely, their house, the whole situation, the way Cliff carries himself, Cliff come from money. You could feel it. Cliff probably got a nice family situation there in Huntsville. I mean in Jackson and all of that. Still ain't shit. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get to Love and Marriage Huntsville. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that y'all, I'm so anxious for this trip. I'm starting to get nervous. I hate when I get nervous right before. But I'm starting to get nervous, y'all. I hate it because you just be anxious right before traveling, because the last time we took a trip, shit was just messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, our flight kept getting delayed. We ended up missing the flight, couldn't get a flight that day. It was a whole situation. I don't know if y'all remember that. But either way, I'm just a little nervous because of that. I'm nervous because of that, y'all. Pray for me. Pray for us to make sure that we have, safe travels and everything goes well. But anyway, y'all, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Make sure y'all like the video. Let's see. Latrice feels indebted to her husband, daddy. I wish she didn't. The funny part about it is she may not have gotten into a new building because God is telling you to stay where you at, because you might have to break down Goddess links and name it something else so that you can part ways from Cliff the way Mel did with Embrace Beauty. Okay. So Martell is looking at the event space for his upscale magazine party. He's invited everyone, including his friend girl, Sheree. I said, what the fuck is a friend girl? What the fuck is a friend girl? I'm sorry, I'm so thirsty. I need to know. What is a friend girl? Is that some new shit that we didn't know about? Okay. Hold up. Don't be nervous. I'm so excited. Oh, thank you. I'm trying not to be, y'all. It's just, girl. It's just always a little nerve-wracking when we travel. Tiffany is the production plant who's doing her job, even looking like a low-budget cookie lying in the confessional. Girl, you not lying. Her and that animal print, but I did love the ponytail. Okay? Then calling her his guest. It's a mess. Like, it's a mess all the ways around, okay? So Martell says because Sheree is a celebrity, people want to be in their business and take pictures with them. He called Sheree to let her know he's a little worried, but the event looks like it will be successful. Everything is perfect right now. So I'm going to just go ahead and say I don't believe, once again, I'm going to just say it just for clarity. I don't believe Sheree and Martell are in a real relationship. I don't even really believe they're having sex. There's no physical chemistry. He doesn't even seem to want to kiss her or do anything with her to show that he's attracted to her. So I personally don't really believe their relationship at all. I believe that they know that people are responding to their relationship, either the people in their on their cast, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Marriage Huntsville, the cast members responding to it, because the Love and Marriage Huntsville people are fangirling over Sheree like she's some fucking body. I'm sorry, y'all. Sheree is a lackluster housewife at best. At best. That's why she got fired so many times. But she's a hustler and she knows how to take advantage of certain moments, which is why she keeps finding herself back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But to me, she's only an opportunist. She's not honest, and I don't think she's really successful on any real measure. I'm sorry. Yes, you have your beautiful house. That's a success. If you're happy, that's a success. But for you to have to fake a relationship on a reality show, for you to malign people who were friends with you at one point, all of that shit that she did with Candy, yeah, y'all can go ahead and get Sheree the fuck out my face. No integrity, disloyal. I can't fuck with it. I don't like it. Okay. So Sheree's a celebrity. People want to be in their business. You want people to be in your business.
Cut it out.
Yeah. You want people to be in your business. Stop fucking front. Thank you. She made us pillows. Yeah. That's so nice. Oh, our friend Derica made us pillows to travel with. That is so sweet of her. Y'all, it's Kente. Y'all, look, I'm about to show y'all. Hold up. This is too damn cute. Babe, take it in there. I don't want it to smell like weed.
Stop smoking.
Nigga, I'm anxious.
Okay.
Look, y'all. I just started. It's so cute.
You just started what?
Shit, why you snatching it from me?
You told me to get it out of here.
No, I know. I'm just showing it to them. Y'all, look. Ain't it cute? Ain't it cute? Little neck pillow, little satin neck pillow. You heard me. This is nice. I see that. I see that. Oh shit! They're gonna be in the airport. What? It's over for you people. What? Shout out to Derica for that. That's dope. Thank you.
Hurry up.
All right, hold up. All right, y'all. So I'm sorry. Back to it. Back to it. Isn't that cute? Oh my God. I love Derica. She's so sweet. Okay. So Mel invites Nell, Tiffany, and Kiki over to her house because she wants to have a conversation without the fake and antagonistic people talking about Stormy and Tisha. Okay. I feel like Tisha dictates the way Kiki is gonna act in a moment. And I feel like Stormy is antagonistic and is choosing to be like on the opposing side of anything considering Mel. Like to me, Stormy, like the way Stormy talks about the tea, the way Stormy talks about etiquette, all of those things make me feel like Stormy just wants to make Mel her adversary. You just want to be anti-Mel, whatever that means. Because last season and the season before, you were all on the Zen Garden, let's have calm conversations and not all of that screaming and hollering and shit. You was so on that shit when you was trying to fix it. Okay? I don't know if she has a site. Babe, DM Derica and I'm going to give y'all her Instagram. So that y'all can go follow her. Because she does a lot of dope stuff. Like, she makes a lot of dope stuff. Like, she does a lot of, like, infused foods and stuff like that, too. So if y'all live in our area or whatever, hold up. Let me get her Instagram and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay, yeah, y'all gotta go follow her. Okay, y'all gotta go follow her. Hold up. So this is her Instagram, y'all. Putting it on the screen so y'all can see it. Y'all go support my friend, follow her, and check her out because she sells a lot of different stuff. And tell her I sent you. Okay? Because I feel like they've been shadow banning her recently. So yeah. Y'all go support my friend. Anyway, okay, so Mel invites Nell, Tiffany, and Kiki over. Mel cooked for everybody. It was real cute. She wants Kiki and Tiffany to make up. Kiki talks about how she can get angry and pop off, but that's not okay. Mel asks what she's going to do about that. And Kiki says she's going to breathe and listen. Kiki clarified she mentioned knowing her daddy because Wanda said she didn't know her dad, even though that's Wanda's brother. Okay. So yeah, I do feel like Kiki was able to, say that was the reason why she said that, but I'm still standing on the fact that I believe you said it so that you could shade Tiffany, so that you could say something mean and low down to her because you felt like she was trying to act like she was better than you and you were gutter trash that, doesn't even treat your family right. So yeah, I definitely feel like I don't care what Kiki is talking about. Just because you found a plausible answer for your bullshit don't mean that the timing didn't speak volumes to me. You meant what you said when you said it. It was to make her feel bad. Don't you dare in your fucking life try to make it seem like you better than me, bitch, when you don't even know who your daddy is. That's what you were saying. And I wish you would stand on it and explain why you said it in the first place and say that Tiffany was making you feel like, you were beneath her or something with the comments she was making about you not being able to, be her friend in this circle because of how you treated Tisha. When essentially Tisha and Kiki are birds of a feather flocking together as we see, okay? And that should let you know that you can't trust nothing that Kiki got going on because Kiki just wants to be on this show. And Tisha, if she wasn't so insecure, she could have had Kiki on here as her wingman instead of her mama since the beginning, okay? But she was being dumb, being insecure, listening to her mama. Don't let Kiki come on that show. She gonna steal your shine. That's probably what your ignorant ass mama told you. But really, you and your cousin sitting in a car together, being on the same side, was something I actually liked seeing. To be honest, y'all both look just alike. Y'all are both very beautiful. It makes more sense for you to have your cousin in the car and her to be on your side. But I feel like if it wasn't for you blocking her from coming on the show, you would have had that from the beginning. Okay? So anyway, since you always need somebody to be on your side and buck for you all the time, because I feel like essentially that's exactly what Kiki is doing. Tisha has been so calm and mild-mannered and barely said a fucking word all season, and I think it's because Kiki's been there to fight her battles. Tiffany at one point or another has felt the need to fight her battles, and who else? Who else? I think she's being sneaky. Y'all not gonna make me feel like her and Marceau weren't both trying to antagonize, get back at, throw salt on Martell and Mel with this whole alleged sex tape situation. It definitely felt like Martell told Marceau about the girl because Ariane probably said to him later on what she said to the girl. I think Martell knew what Carson knew. I think they had had conversations, but I think very much so that everybody knew each other. So the idea that Tisha had, I was bringing Carson on because we were having issues. Girl, I don't believe that. I just don't. Anyway, about a wig. Girl, bye. Tiffany says that Kiki wasn't listening to her, when they talked the last time, but this time she seems to be calm and actually listening. I'm like, because Tisha's not there. She's not turning on for Tisha. Okay? Mel says, once they have a calm conversation, so we good now? And Tiffany says, why are you glowing like that, Mel? And Tiffany is insinuating that Mel got a man. That's what that was. Oh, you glowing, you must got some dick. Okay. It could just be that she's exfoliating, got a facial, her real nice products that she uses, being happy, stress-free. I don't know, doing hot yoga, bitch. That could be a plethora of reasons why her skin could be glowing. It's very antiquated for you to assume that it only has something to do with some penis. But okay, girl, fine. She says in the confessional, Mel must have a man. Mel says that she's gonna keep this same energy in front. Said we're gonna keep this same energy in front of everyone. So when Mel said that, that made me feel like, okay, so she recognized that Tisha and Stormy are like either, you're gonna act different around them, or Stormy's gonna like agitate the situation and only make it more confrontational versus actually trying to have everybody have a come to Jesus moment. Okay. Because to me, even though it seems like she be trying to, get along with everybody, Stormy seems very messy and like she tries to like keep shit going. When they like the idea when okay, so Tisha, Stormy, and Kimmy meet up. Stormy says she didn't like the tea, but she liked the spa date and she found it very relaxing. She likes for people to communicate however they choose to and move forward. She doesn't like the pompous bullshit. All of that was shade towards Mel. And I would just like to say, Stormy, that you're full of shit because nobody was relaxed after that shit, first of all. Second of all, why do you want to argue at a spa? Explain that to me. Make me understand why you feel like having a loud cursing argument is appropriate at a fucking spa. If you want to have that type of conversation, you have that conversation at the cookout outside or at the house when everybody know they're about to have conversations and we about to get into some things. Or maybe when y'all are around a table, because that's usually what they do in reality TV show world. You have a party or something like that, and that's when these types of conversations are appropriate. Because everybody is loose in a goose and it don't matter if you cursing because, everybody's having a good time. The spa was not the moment for you to do all of that. So for you to act as if Mel is being fake and phony with the etiquette shit because she felt like y'all arguing and screaming and hollering and cussing at the spa was embarrassing and inappropriate, you annoying me with that shit. You annoying me with that shit. Because in real life, Mel's response is an appropriate one. In real life, Mel's response was absolutely appropriate. Nobody wants to hear all of that at a fucking spa. And I don't understand why you can't calmly and quietly curse motherfuckers out. I don't know why you can't do that. We couldn't have a whole conversation of people being like, well, bitch, fuck you then. Kiss my mother. I would have appreciated that. I'd have been dying laughing the whole time had they been having this argument but not speaking so loudly. Just as ignorant as you want to be and gonna sit up here and act like that's how that spa date should have went. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? You just being like, I'm gonna keep saying it. I think she's just being adversarial. You just want to be anti-Mel, and it's giving stupid. Stormy says that she thinks things went well with she and Mel. Oh, you do? Oh, you do? Because I don't understand right now. I'm confusion. Kimmy liked the tea because she appreciates etiquette and people being respectful. She was like, but she did feel like, we came up short. Kiki sent a text to Tisha a while back about Tiffany. So let me explain. So somebody posted back when we thought Kiki was actually going to do something when she came on this show. Everybody was saying Kiki was going to put Tisha and Marceau on blast. And they were, happy about her joining the cast because finally somebody's going to, put some light on what they have going on with their judgmental, messy asses, right? And that's not what happened. But Tiffany saw the post, yay for Kiki, because they were saying, keep Kiki. She gonna, go at Tisha or she gonna bring all the mess. Tiffany liked this comment and sent it to Kiki. So Kiki then tells this to Tisha and also to Stormy. So Stormy is now trying to understand why it is that Tiffany is acting like she doesn't like Kiki on Tisha's behalf, when essentially it seemed as if you ain't really like Tisha in the first place either. And I'm like, first of all, everybody was tired of the Scotts being on this show bullshitting everybody. Everybody was, including production. Okay? Which is why we are where we are now. So I just kind of feel like this situation is low-key being blown out of proportion to me. Like, it's not even that deep. I think Tiffany is doing everything she's doing for production's sake. She's speaking for the audience. This is not about liking Tisha. I honestly do feel like she felt like, you know, Kiki isn't to be trusted, so I can't fuck with you because I don't think you can be trusted if you'll do your family like that. Most people felt like that about Kiki. Tiffany just said it, and she really meant it, and we wish she wouldn't have. Okay, because essentially, I think Tisha and Kiki are the same, in my opinion. Uh, um, Tisha just throws a rock and hides her hand a little bit better, and Kiki isn't refined enough to pretend like she isn't as humbuggish as she is. And it's so funny because we're watching her pretend to be refined. That's why she called Tiffany a poor sad soul, whatever the fuck she called her, trying to be proper and shit. Girl, give me a break. Anyway, Stormy mentions a conversation that she had with Tiffany, and this what made me mad because I felt like Stormy talked about the conversation she and Tiffany had as if she and Tiffany were not the same two people at the spa day sitting side by side, talking about how Marceau had cheating rumors, talking about how why y'all don't want to keep it a buck. Why y'all don't want to talk about the puppets? You were being just as messy as Tiffany was. Because I think y'all probably had that conversation before y'all showed up to the spa together on the same page, right? But now we going to act like however Tiffany felt about Tisha is so different than how Stormy felt about Tisha. Girl, no. I'm sorry. I'm not here for it. Stormy says she's shocked that Tiffany texts Kiki the way she says she don't know this bitch. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna say you don't know the girl but you text her? Did she text her or was it a DM? Who knows? Anyway, Stormy says that Tiffany said that Tisha can't control her man and that Tisha is only in control of her business on paper and not in real life. And that's all shit that Tiffany has heard online. Tisha says Marceau doesn't control me, but he trusts me to do what's right. And I'm just kind of like, he trusts you to do what's right. Who is that shade at? Who is that shade at? Tiffany? So are y'all alleging that Tiffany's cheating on Big Lou? Is that the rumor surrounding Tiffany that she cheated on Lou? And y'all gonna put that out there while she's pregnant? I see what y'all are doing. Okay. Tisha says a lot can be said about Tiffany, allegedly. Tisha says she's going to answer, she's going to have to answer for the stuff that she's putting out there at some point, but just, you know, not right now. But she'll handle it when it's time to handle it. Stormy, Tiffany, and Kiki sit to talk. They discuss Mel inviting Tiffany and Kiki to her house so they can make up. Stormy says she's confused because Tisha told her about a text Kiki said Tiffany sent, and Tiffany says that she was supporting the comment that said Kiki. She wasn't supporting the mess towards Tisha. She was supporting them keeping Kiki. Then Stormy goes to get Tisha because they aren't getting anywhere, which I felt like was messy. This was a moment where I felt like Stormy was trying to get Tisha to come and be involved because she knew it was going to like make something more happen. Because she was like, we're not getting to the bottom of this. I'm like, because there's nothing to get to the bottom of. There's nothing to get to the bottom of, Stormy. You were really trying to force this moment when you got your ass up to go and get Tisha. Even Tisha was like, this don't have nothing to do with me. This is between the two of them. This ain't really got nothing to do with me. Okay? Like, yeah, I don't like you speaking about my marriage and my family and all of that, but we'll talk about that at another time. Not here at Martell's stupid ass magazine event. Like, it's stupid because who cares? Like, who cares about Martell being on a magazine cover airbrush for their God? Like, who cares? Hold up, y'all. I want to make sure I read all my notes. Go see Tisha. Tisha says that's between them. Kiki says, if Tiffany cares so much about Tisha, why is she, texting that it's good for me to be putting Tisha on blast? Stormy says that Tiffany made it seem like she didn't know Kiki, but but you text her. They start going back and forth, and Tisha says, I don't care about her liking a post, but keep my name, my business, and my husband's name out your mouth. Tisha, that's not going to happen. Get over it. Then she says they learned respectful communication at the tea. I love the fact that Tisha is employing what she used at Mel's tea. So, Stormy, you don't have to keep pretending like you were so bothered by the tea just so you can get in good with Tisha, letting her know that you're not really, down for the way Mel presents herself, which is what the girls do, right? Mel's bougie, right? Okay, got it. You were bougie too a minute ago, showing up in your gold fucking G-Wagon, but okay. We're not bougie now, right? We're back to being hood after we cried about being perceived as being hood. Girl, I'm so confused. I feel like I got whiplash. Tisha asked what Tiffany's issue with her is, and she was like, I don't have an issue with you. Kiki then says, you don't know if Tisha is cool with her business arrangement. Obviously, she's not. She got kicked out of her office. That's how this all started. The conversation started because Tisha got kicked out of her office by Marceau. And so Tiffany was like, yeah, that must mean she don't really own that business like that. It's just on paper. Because if you really own the business like that, he couldn't kick you out of your office. 1 + 1 = 2, bitch. Tiffany said something that made sense. What are we upset about? That's Tisha MO. Be mad whenever somebody says something that's true. But Kiki, we don't know if Tisha's happy with that. Kiki, we do know that Tisha isn't happy with it. That's why we know she's upset about being kicked out of her little office that wasn't making no money. Kiki, shut up. Oh my God. Then she calls Tiffany cuckoo. Tiffany was just like, girl, what the fuck ever? Like, you can't teach me nothing. I don't need to, girl, you can't tell me, teach me nothing. Okay, please stop. Tisha calls Kiki away because she felt like Kiki was getting too upset. So she was like, come on, you being too ghetto. Come on, come over here. You're being too ghetto. I hope I'm not too ghetto. Stupid looking ass. Tisha tables her issue with Tiffany for the moment. Martell and Sheree come in. It's very weird. He has her like a showman's piece, but he doesn't really introduce her to anybody, and then he just starts talking to people without really saying much to her. So she's just standing there because he's not really introducing anybody to her. So she just ends up standing there making sure she doesn't have lipstick on her teeth and moving her ponytail, to and fro to make up for how awkward and uncomfortable she feels in this moment. But also because Martell doesn't have any self-awareness. He doesn't have the awareness. He also doesn't care enough. And I love the fact that Kimmy points out that it looks like a business arrangement because the way he and Mel would work a room, they would be hip to hip. And we remember that. That was very, very true. We saw them many a time with their arms locked around each other as they talked to people at all of these, miscellaneous events they had that first 2 seasons. He and Mel, Martell says it's been a lot of hard moments, and the magazine cover is a testament that things are getting better for him. Sheree tries to talk to him, but he goes to talk to other people, and you can tell she feels uncomfortable. Marceau laughs at how airbrushed Martell looked, and then Tiffany pulls Sheree to the side, talking about she looking out for Mel. I said, why you being so fucking messy, Tiffany? You ain't looking out for Mel. You looking out for the people who want the tea. Okay? You looking out for the people that's tired of everybody acting like these 2 shows aren't happening at the same damn time. Like, for real, y'all, on Real Housewives of Atlanta and on Love and Marriage Huntsville, we really are on the reality show acting like any of this is real, and we know that it's not real. We know they're really not together. We know they're really not feeling each other like that. We know Martell really isn't over Mel. We know he is trying to get custody from the kids. We know he's abusive. We know he's aggressive. And the whole time, whenever Sheree is around, whenever we're talking about Sheree, everybody's acting like none of this shit has ever happened. So even though Tiffany was completely out of pocket, Tiffany continues not to have any couth. She doesn't know how to actually have these conversations without being so fucking rude and crass. Absolutely. But I enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoyed every moment of Tiffany's uncomfortable questioning of Sheree's ass. And I'm so damn sorry, but I'm tired of Love and Marriage Huntsville having more shit going on behind the scenes and on social media than they got going on the fucking show. Okay? So she asked if she met Mel, and Sheree says that she met Mel at a book signing years ago before she and Martell met and got together. And the point of bringing that up was, at some points, Mel was a fan of hers. I believe she and Martell discussed that beforehand, and Sheree knew that at some point she should throw that out there, because essentially Mel could have been to one of your book signings. I don't know why she would have come to one of your book signings, but I guess she wanted to be on a reality show, so she liked reality stars. But essentially, like, there's not really anything you can teach Mel at this point in life, Sheree. So the idea that she is in any way, shape, or form still beneath you on any level is just delusional. Sheree says obviously she knew who she was, but she hasn't seen her again. And Tiffany is like, oh, well, we have to fix that. That's crazy for you not to have met her and you're around her kids. Tiffany, once again, why are you acting like we don't know what's going on? Martell is trying to get custody. They are not in contact with each other because of the way Martell acts with Mel. It's just very confusing to me the way everybody acts like they don't know how volatile and crazy Martell acts when it comes to Mel, and why she has all of these things in place, all these boundaries in place to protect herself. Everybody knows why. Why do y'all get up here and act like y'all don't understand why this is happening? Like, why Sheree hasn't met Mel. Because Mel don't even want to be around Martell's ass, let alone meet any woman that he's dating. They have completely separate lives, and Mel has decided to trust whoever Martell is going to bring the kids around, because she can't control that, because she's not going to let him dictate who she brings the kids around. So we already know that it doesn't matter if Mel or Sheree meet. Another thing is, because the relationship isn't real, it doesn't matter if they've met her. She won't be around for long, okay? Tiffany asked if she thinks that Martell still has feelings for Mel. Sheree says no, based off the conversations they've had. She's lying. Tiffany said, child, please, be honest. He chased Mel around a party. Sheree says that he should care. They're family. Girl, that's not what that was. I'm going to need for y'all to stop acting like control and protection are the same thing. They're not. Control and protection are not the same thing, Sheree. That's a cute try, though. You nut. Tiffany asked, how does it feel to be with someone who cheated? And Sheree says, well, I watched your show. I said, I thought you said you didn't watch the show on a reunion for Real Housewives of Atlanta last season. You said you didn't watch the show. Now you've watched the show. Okay, got it. Lying ass. She says that Tiffany cheated too. And Tiffany asked, Tiffany just ignored that, because it's like, girl, I'm not even going to give that a response. Yes, Tiffany did cheat. She absolutely did. You're right, Sheree. But we're asking you how it feels for you to be cheating, the habitual cheater, the man who called his side chick, peasant, blamed his wife for his cheating, like, used the children against her, fighting for custody of the children to take them away from her. No, you don't care about any of those things? Okay, girl. Tiffany asked if it's because, either her coochie so good that he gonna forget about Mel. I was like, Tiffany, you're being so crass. Oh my God. Bad girl, Tiffany. Stop it. He got him a woman that's a little closer to Miss Marlene's age than not. That shit was hilarious. We appreciated you for your services, Tiffany, for this episode, because you really put yourself in a line of fire to have these interesting moments take place. Because to be honest, it was some of the most entertaining shit that's happened on this show all season. It's Tiffany questioning shit out of Sheree. I'm sorry. Tiffany has been making things interesting around here in a way that I can feel a little bit better about than some of the other people on the cast. But anyway, yeah, Sheree is a teachable moment. Martell and Sheree talk after the event. Child, when he got on stage and didn't thank her, got on stage, thanked the lady that put the event together for him, thanked his guests, did not thank her, because they just friends. That's just his friend girl. So they talk after, and she asked him about how things are going with Mel, and he says he says a whole bunch of nothing. I don't know what he was saying, but I don't think the words meant anything. Then says Sheree knows how to cater to her man and be submissive. Sheree hasn't kept a man since Bob. She couldn't keep Bob. Bob shouldn't have been kept. But at the same time, their relationship didn't work out. She has chosen like bad men since then. Tyrone was a bad pick. We don't know about nobody before that, but those two men were enough to let us know that Sheree does not know how to pick a man for nothing. We are very clear on that, girl. Okay? So that whole shit he was talking about her knowing how to be submissive and all of that, she's stupid and you're using her and she's allowing it and you're happy about it. And you're using her to shade your ex-wife. Because that's what this was. That was shade to Mel. She knows how to be submissive. Nobody should be submissive to you, Martell. Why should anybody be submissive to you? Just because you have a penis? That's not good enough. That's not good enough. What do you provide? What do you do? Was your wine at this magazine shoot? Because we ain't hear nothing about it. Has anybody received their wine yet? Has anybody received anything from She by Sheree yet? Oh, okay. He thanks her for coming last night, and she tells him about the intrusive questions that Tiffany was asking. And even though I feel like she was absolutely in her right to tell him everything that Tiffany said, I do not like the fact that Martell is going to then decide to go and have this conversation with Tiffany and Marceau and not Tiffany and Lou. That was some bitch assness if I've ever seen it. I'm so glad that Tiffany is a nonchalant, sarcastic, dry personality because I'm really hoping that she isn't made to feel that bad because I don't like that. I don't think there was any reason for them to tag team her. If Martell wanted to have a conversation with her and another person, it should have been her and her husband. But it should not have been him and Marceau. I don't even know how that happened. I don't like that shit. And I will calm myself until we get to that episode where I can read him for dear life. Because that was some bitch ass shit if I've ever seen it. You a grown ass man and y'all gonna sit up there and gang up on a pregnant woman without her husband being present? Who y'all have a relationship with? Martell found everything that Tiffany asked Sheree disrespectful. I can't wait for Lou to turn up on y'all stupid asses. Anyway, so let's talk about Belinda. Do y'all believe this shit about the Belinda lady? Because now they're saying, so the story that I've been hearing online is that Belinda, who was seen at different times on Love and Marriage Huntsville, she's also friends with Destiny. It's being explained that basically like Destiny is the weird ass go-between for all of Martell's women. And he is dating and in a serious relationship with Belinda Sanders. He's also dating and, being still fucking Ariane. And there's some speculation that Ariane might have just had a baby. This all started because, okay, it seems like Miss B Sanders, okay, that's her name on Instagram. She posted a video or picture with Melody's kids in it. And it's like on some best mom shit. Hold up, y'all. I'm about to pull it up so y'all can see. Because this is just, to me, this is the type of shit that somebody does when they trying to, like, work on somebody's nerves. Like, y'all trying to stress Mel out, huh? Okay, y'all can see that, right? Okay. So, I guess this was like a Mother's Day post. What? Okay. So, in this Mother's Day post, she posted her babies, but she also posted Martell's kids too. And they were jumping in and out very quickly. But y'all saw Boss Baby just then, right? Yeah, and I think Lil Martell might have been in here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if that was him or not. But yeah, that might have been that little boy. But either way, you got this man's kids popping up in your little video. Um, so people are now in her comments going crazy. You must have really low self-esteem to associate yourself with the likes of Martell. Child, your sorry excuse for a woman. Y'all doing the most. Why didn't she post Knox? As a woman, how would you feel if another woman posted your kids? Have some decorum, sis. If you're respectful, then as a mother, please take Melody Cherie daughter off your page. That is so disrespectful on so many levels. In reference to your post, didn't Martell miss an important day regarding his children, one of which you have in your post? He missed his court date for that child to have a lunch dinner date with you in Destiny, right? From one mom to another. How is this right? Ooh, child. Why is Boss Baby on here? Child. And look, she posted this a week ago. You really posted Melody daughter on here. So people didn't see it at first. Karma comes to child. People been doing the videos and now they all over this lady's Instagram page. And then the screenshot is actually of Boss Baby. So that's something that I definitely feel like, come on, bro. Like, that, I guess, child. But I just don't understand why, why everybody always has to put Mel's kids in it. It just kind of feels like they're trying to incite anger from her, like, or make her feel a way by posting her kids and shit. But I remember when we saw this lady on one of the episodes, because I remember she was with Mayat. Yes. Okay. So, I guess her sister or her very close friend is Mayat Petrova. And I use Mayat Petrova's products. Her products are really, really amazing. Okay, look at them together. Look at them together. I remember when Marceau went to speak to her, and now I understand. Look, yeah, these people go together. Okay. To my friend Martell, oh, girl, that's not your friend. Y'all go together. Yeah, y'all, the way y'all go together. Yeah, girl, y'all, it's okay. Y'all go together. All right. But yeah, no, she is very accomplished. So she's the perfect type of woman for Martell. Look, dear future husband. Look, a whole fucking podcast about finding a man. Girl, yeah. Perfect. Perfect for it. Okay? Perfect for it. Christian, yep. Listen. Wants a man, Christian, loves the kids, big titties, big booty, big smile, makes her own money. Perfect. She's perfect. She's indoctrinated. She's beautiful. She'll be a cum dumpster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And y'all know what I mean. She'll have the babies and she'll swallow all the kids and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Look. Yeah. Look. She gonna do a little thotting for you a little bit, just a little bit, not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Keep it classy with a little thought. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sheree ain't giving it like that. Okay, yes, God. Yes, God, ma'am. Okay, you better swerve and give and give and swerve. Oh, Lord. Yeah, y'all see her, though. Y'all see her. It's a beautiful lady. It's a beautiful lady. We're going to pray for her. I'm going to pray for you, girl. Okay? Because, listen, I personally feel like the women's is being mind controlled by a nigga that they should not be being mind controlled by. Paul Miss must slang that stick like a professional. Child. So he got at least 3-4 bitches in rotation right now is what it looked like. That's why they call her Boom Boom Belinda. Boom Boom Belinda. Exactly. Exactly. She gonna have to cut those comments off. I mean, if you really want to sleep with Mel, then okay, but why are you picking at his ex-wife? Just hunch that man and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that about? Like, her posting Mel's kids is disrespectful. I definitely, in the way she did it, that's just not cool. I just kind of feel like there's no need for that type of shit. And I feel like Mel has been saying this entire time that these things were happening and she just was going to be quiet about it and things were just going to come out as they do. I feel like, they can say what they want to, but it's coming into fruition. It's 11:11, y'all. Okay, all right. So let me go because I have to go and pack, y'all, and we have to be out of here in a couple hours. So I love you guys so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this review, and I will see y'all when I get back. Okay? Y'all know I'll probably be talking to y'all in the Discord if I got service. Okay? But I gotta go because I gotta pack. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Bye.